Hello, and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. Now, can I get a one in the chat if you guys can hear me before I get too far? Can I get a one in the chat? Okay, perfect. And let me just go ahead and say some hellos. Hey, LMC, thank you so much for being here, sis. She says that she is number two. Hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here, my moderator. Thank you so much. And also, Sound Check Annette, she is going to be listening. She's in the office and is going to be listening in the bushes. Alrighty. Hey, Sharon Godbolt, thank you so much for being here, sis. Hey, Ring Bass, thank you so much for being here. And I think that is going to do it for now. And I will catch you guys as you start to come in. Don't forget to like the video as you're coming in, please. And thank you. Okay, as you can see, this video is about Meg Thee Stallion and the lawsuit that she has going on with Milagro Gramz, the blogger. Okay, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Milagro Grams. Ever since she attended the court case with Tory Lanez, she has been going in on Meg Thee Stallion. She got familiar with the family, and it is alleged that she has been, being paid to just basically stalk Meg Thee Stallion, go in on her, just put out all of these lies. So in this court case, Tory Lanez is going to be questioned by Meg's attorneys. And our MC says yes, she is familiar with that content creator. She's horrible. So let me see what we want to do first. Okay, so once things started heating up and Milagro Grams know that there was no turning back, she put out an apology statement. And I think I want to read that first. So let me go ahead and pull that up. But let me go ahead and remove this comment so we can see it. Hey, Aries Girl Podcast, thank you so much for being here. So this is what Millie had to say. She said, something significant needs to be addressed, but to be as sensitive to the circumstances as possible, I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable by speaking directly to them. When I use my platform to express my thoughts and ideas, I hurt someone. My lack of regard for how my words could have affected people associated with my topics of discussion led to pain. And that truly was never my intention. There is never a day where I would want my behavior to cause someone to want to remove themselves from this life, ever. I have never been offered nor accepted money or anything else to speak ill of anyone. The platforms that host any related videos were not and are not monetized. So I did not make a profit from these things. I was overzealous in the pursuit of what I thought the truth was. And the reality is that doesn't make anything a fact. I apologize and am deeply remorseful for the harm I've caused. And hey, Paula, thank you so much for being here. And Alp MC says, boo, that's BS apology. And Sharon said, that CC needs to sit down and shut up. Yes, because it's a little too late for this apology. Okay. So, with that being said, have any of you guys seen the documentary that's called Meg Thee Stallion in Her Words? Have you seen that documentary? So, I actually had a chance to watch that documentary, and it was so awful. what has been done to Megan since the moment that she was shot on that fateful day. Okay. So this has been going on since then. So for years, basically, she has been harassed. She was harassed by Tory Lanez after it happened. You know, he decides he wants to go on his social media and just, you know, say all these awful things about her, make songs about her. You know, she went back and forth with her best friend Kelsey. She, you know, also had all of this, you know, these things said about her on Milagro's YouTube channel. So it's just been an ongoing thing to the point where she wanted to commit suicide. Okay. So it's been awful. So she did a whole entire documentary about it. If you have not, okay. So Alpham C says, yes, she's seen the documentary. So guys, if you have not had a chance to see the documentary, you really need to go and see it. It's on Amazon Prime. If you have, you know, Prime, that's where, you know, the documentary is. You can go and watch that because it's a very, very good watch. So now what I want to do is share an article about what's going to happen when she goes to court. Like, I have never seen anything like this in my life. And let me just make sure you guys can see it and I can see it because I'm going to read it very quickly. So the title is Meg Thee Stallion allowed to question Tory Lanez from prison regarding blogger lawsuit. Okay. So it says Megan Thee Stallion and her legal team are making progress in her lawsuit against blogger Milagro Gramz Cooper. According to Rolling Stone, a judge ruled the rapper's lawyers would be allowed to question Tory Lanez legal name Daystar Peterson from behind bars under oath regarding the aforementioned litigation. Scrolling down. The outlet reported the remote disposition will aid the Houston musician in her ongoing defamation and cyber stalking lawsuit against Cooper. In the lawsuit, Meg Thee Stallion, legal name Megan Pete, accuses Cooper of spreading vicious and hateful rumors about Pete as Peterson's paid surrogate per RS. According to Legal Affairs and Trials with Megan Cuniff, the Grammy winner's legal team needs to fully investigate the relationship between Cooper and Peterson and wants to question Peterson under oath not only about his connections to Cooper, but the basis for Cooper's comments about Megan Thee Stallion over the years. Ooh, that's a bad looking picture. And let me just check in with you guys to make sure I'm not missing anything. And Aries Girl says, I will need to check that out on Prime. And Sharon said, I haven't seen it, but I know she's been dragged through the mud. And Alpha MC said, it's disgusting what people did to Megan, and she had to move like it did not affect her. Yes, she had to continue to go on with life, you know, dealing with all of this behind the scenes. So let me get back to the article. So it says, if you know Tory Lanez, how I do. Good luck trying to get him to testify to anything. It's just not what he does. And he definitely did not agree to testify. Now, expressed Caesar McDowell, CEO of Unite the People, the nonprofit law firm assisting Tory Lanez per Kuna. Peter Peterson is currently serving a 10-year sentence after he was found guilty of assault with a semi-automatic handgun, carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence in December of 2022 for shooting Pete during a 2020 incident. Earlier this year, the Savage Reimer was granted a 5-year civil restraining order against Peterson. The order prohibits Peterson from any form of harassment or contact with Pete, with Judge Bloom emphasizing Megan's credible fear of violence and acknowledging the significant ripple effect of 2020 shooting. In October 2024, Pete officially took legal action against Cooper, claiming the blogger acted as an online rumor mill, churning out falsehoods about Mrs. Pete to her tens of thousands of social media followers. This includes accusations of Cooper sharing a deepfake pornographic video of the rapper in June 2024, claiming the rapper had a drinking problem, claiming Pete was lying about being shot despite Peterson's conviction, and allegedly attempting to pull information on Pete's father in June of 2024. For years, you and other bloggers have acted on behalf of Mr. Peterson, aka Tory Lanez, as an online rumor mill churning out falsehoods about Mrs. Pete to your tens of thousands of social media followers. You and other bloggers are a mouthpiece and puppet for Mr. Peterson with a vendetta against Mrs. Pete, committed to tearing her down at all costs, regardless of the truth, detailed the Grammy winners' legal team, Alex Spiro, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart, and Sullivan LLP in a letter to Cooper. It's time to hold bloggers accountable for years of harassment, cyberbullying, and the publication of misinformation about my personal and professional life, added the 30-year-old in a statement shared with Vibe at the time. The trial against Cooper is likely to begin in July of 2025. So that trial is coming up soon, guys. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And Mama B says there's 9 likes and there's 11 in the chat. Please hit that like button, guys. So, guys, can you believe that this blogger had the audacity to torment this girl, you know, after this man was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion? Like, this is ludicrous. And from what I've heard, like over the last 3 years, like she's only received about $1,000. I'm sorry, $3,000 over the period of a 3 year span. So she is not getting paid that much. I don't know if she has a thing for Tory Lanez or she's just doing it for clout. There was somebody else that was involved in the case. I think it was like one of his ex-girlfriends. She went after her. So she has almost made it her life's mission to go after anybody that has an issue with Tory Lanez. Now, keep in mind that Milagro Gramz is a married woman. Okay. What wife in her right mind would be going this hard for another man when she's a married woman? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. And she's really not getting anything out of it, but they have done an extensive search of her financial records to see just how much she was getting paid. Did her, lifestyle, increase, her financials increase once she started doing this to Meg the Stallion, to see what would make her want to do this. So King Imperial wants to know, have I read the transcripts? And why do you want to know that, King Imperial? And Alp MC says, yep, she went in harder on Megan after the conviction of Tory Lanez. It was deplorable, the things she said, and accused Megan of since the trial. Absolutely. So again, this has been going on for years. So Megan has documented everything that she has been through. So I'm pretty sure that, she's going to win her case, just like Cardi B did. She's going to win her case, and Milagro is going to have to pay. I feel like she's definitely going to lose this lawsuit because there is documentation of what Megan was going through. She was going through anxieties. She had to take time off work. She was afraid to be on the stage because she didn't know who was in the audience who could potentially hurt her. And keep in mind, okay, so he just got banned. Um, and keep in mind that I lost my train of thought. Greenback said they have been trying to drive Megan crazy. Exactly. Like to the point where she was physically ill, couldn't do her job, had to take time off work. So I'm sure she lost money behind, all of this stalking and harassment. So, like I said, Milagro Grams is in a lot of trouble. Um, because, you know, she tried to backtrack after she made that apology. So it just really meant nothing because you went on your platform, on Station Head, and then you tried to backtrack, about everything that you've said over the years, but then, you basically told your followers that you had no choice. You have to do what you have to do to protect yourself. So a lot of her followers are starting to unfollow her because she's going back on what, she said, and they want her to man up like Tasha K did and eat this lawsuit. And she's just not willing to do that. That's why she put out the apology. And Alf MC said that's why that apology is fake. None of it even sounded remotely close to anyone taking accountability for the vile stuff she said towards Megan. And this is the thought that I lost just a few minutes ago. What I also wanted to say is that Megan doesn't have a lot of family, okay? Her mom died, her grandma died. Like, she literally doesn't have a lot of family. And then Kelsey was supposed to be her best friend and her ride or die, but she turned on her, after this incident as well. So she really did not have a lot of support outside of her team. She had some family members, like cousins, distant cousins, or whatever, and you'll see that in the documentary, you know, that, support her. But in that entire documentary, I only seen the one cousin who had a small baby who Megan loves, as far as family support. So that's a lot to deal with on your own. And shortly after that, her relationship with, I forget, that guy's name that she was dating, Parton, I think his name is. She was dating him around the time. So that relationship went downhill. And Alf MC says, I cackled, laughed hard at Tasha K giving Milagro advice on what to do. Tasha K was being nice at first, then she went in on Milagro and said all she does is beg her audience. Again, I was cackling. Yes. And Tasha K got too much to worry about than to be focused, on what Milagro Grams has going on. But, they did reach a settlement between Tasha K and Cardi B. So hopefully we don't have to hear about it anymore. She is said to have to pay 1.2 million. To me, she got off really good considering, it was almost 4,000. But at the end of the day, we're tired of hearing about it. So we just want it to be done. And 1.2 million is still a lot of money when you just could have taken the videos down and apologized. Okay. So it has also been said that, Milagro's lifestyle changed after this lawsuit, the type of car she drove and things like that. So she can say that she was not paid any money, but those forensics, when they go in and look at her financial records, they're going to find out who was paying her because, allegedly, it's said that the father was the one that was paying Milagro Grams, but it's all going to come out in the wash. So, I'm going to be following this court case to see where this goes, because really, Milagro does not have a leg to stand on, and she's going to end up losing everything behind this lawsuit. And if you do a little research on social media, she was attending, that court case every single day, looking a hot mess, I might add, but she was attending that court case every day, trying to get close to the family and things like that. So honestly, I don't think that she initially knew Tory Lanez before this court case. And allegedly they were saying that Tory Lanez really didn't even speak to her when he was coming and going. So she made herself relevant to try to get close to the father, take pictures with the father, so that she can worm her way in to the family, for clout, basically. Because I mean, I can't see any other reason why she would want to do that. So it's looking like she did all of this for clout and a small payout from somebody on that side. And Aries Girl said Milagro sounds like a Tory Lane stan. She is absolutely a Tory Lane stan, but again, I don't think that it was that serious until the court case. Now, there were several other bloggers that went to that court case that, didn't do all of this. So I'm not sure what made her want to just start going so hard for Tory Lanez. And in that documentary, guys, please go and watch. Oops. Hey, kicking in with Courtney. Thank you so much for being here, sis. And in that document, it was not only Milagro Graham. It was so many, especially men bloggers, that were just going in, taking up for Tory Lanez, just going in on Meg the Stallion. Like, honestly, I don't even know how she got through it, but she is obviously a strong person because she got through it. And, she came out with her album in the documentary show, you'll find out why she named her album, what she did, because it had a lot to do with what she was doing at the time. And basically, it's like her memoir. It's just like she didn't really care what people thought. It was just a way for her to be able to speak her mind and just talk about what she was going through at the time. So, yes, guys, make sure you go and watch that documentary, because if you had any type of doubt, I mean, everybody knows that he was found guilty, but if you had any type of doubt on how Megan should have handled this situation, after watching, that documentary, I'm pretty sure, you'll have a change of heart, because, no one should ever have to go through what she went through, and she was the victim. And kicking it with Courtney says, I can't stand how they did Meg till this day. It was so, so awful. I mean, it wasn't just the men, it was the ladies. I mean, everybody was just turning against her before they had the facts. They were saying that she lied about and she didn't want to, tell on a black man or whatever the case may be. Right after Megan got shot, she told the police who shot her. The police basically told Megan not to speak. So they informed her not to speak. So that's why she wasn't speaking, because no matter what she said, people were going to turn it around. It was going to be the wrong thing. They were still going to go in no matter what she said. So every time she did say a little. And let's talk about the Gayle King interview for a minute. So we all know that she interviewed with Gayle King because she wanted to kind of tell her side of her story. And Megan was caught off guard when Gayle King asked her if she was intimate with Tory Lanez. She stumbled on her words. She was caught off guard and she lied. And ladies, I'm just going to have to keep it real. I'm pretty sure, every lady in this chat has at some point maybe lied or maybe didn't tell the complete truth about an intimate partner that they'd had. Because at the end of the day, why would she want to claim somebody like Tory Lanez? You know what I'm saying? It's not your business, first of all. It has nothing to do with the case. But after everything that he did to her, I wouldn't claim that mofo either. No, I ain't sleep with him. I'm sorry. But she did come back and say that she lied and that she was just caught off guard. And keep in mind, she was under duress. Like I said, she was stressed out. She was going through a lot of anxiety, to the point where she felt like she wanted to throw up. So she was under a lot of stress during that time. And Aries girl said, I would not admit to sleeping with him either. Okay, exactly. And Courtney said, nobody's business. I wouldn't claim him either. He has been erased. Exactly. So to me, that is the only thing that people have that they can say that she did wrong or she lied about, was the fact that she said that she didn't sleep with Tory Lanez. And another thing is, Gayle King is very intimidating. Personally, I don't think I would have did an interview with Gayle King because she's very intimidating. Like, that's Oprah's bestie, but just her whole demeanor, like, she gives off intimidation. So Megan slipped up on her words, and once something comes out, you just can't take it back. So I'm pretty sure that she regrets lying in that interview, but it is what it is. She can't take it back. She came, back and said that she lied. She did this documentary and explained, how that went down. So at the end of the day, I mean, there's nothing else left to say. She deserves justice because this blogger should not be able to harass her, and stalk her for all of these years and get away with it. So yeah, so I think that's about it for this subject. So again, guys, I'm going to, follow the court case, and Courtney, hopefully you will too. So, we'll have a lot of eyes on this, court case to see how Milagro Grams, makes out in this court case, because at the end of the day, I think she's getting ready to lose everything, and probably her marriage too, because it's going to be hard for that man to want to stay with her after putting them in all of that debt. Now, it can be done because Tasha K's husband, he's stuck around, but that was something that they did together. In this case, we've never seen Milagro Graham's husband. At least I haven't. I used to watch her channel here and there, but I just wasn't really feeling that whole vibe and energy and that whole mean girl stuff. So that ended pretty quickly. So, as far as I know, it was just mainly her and her channel. Her husband wasn't too involved. So for him to have to go through this with her, it might also be the demise of her marriage as well. So she risked a lot for this clout with Tory Lanez. So I hope it was worth it, Milagro, because girl, you done got your ass in some hot water, and there's no way you're going to be able to climb yourself out of this. So guys, again, the court case is supposed to go down in July of this year, July 2025. So keep your eyes and ears open so that, we'll stay updated on this case as it unravels. Okay. So guys, if you have not done so already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, just go ahead and like the video as well and subscribe to the channel and drop down in the comments so that we can keep this conversation going. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye for now.